It was a cool spring day, and I was tired of being inside the house, so decided to go for a walk in the town I live in, Sunrise, Florida. I used to live in Miami Beach, where I could watch supermodels all day, and then I lived on Biscayne Bay for about 17 years and go sailing every day. But then I moved to an over 55 community in Sunrise, and I noticed no supermodels and no place to go sailing, and all the buildings had this big, huge frown. After a while, the walls covered in ivy seemed to remind me of a cemetery. I remember working on my car one day, and a fella had run out of gas, and he came over and asked me if I could give him a ride at the gas station. And we got to talking, and he casually asked me, "Who lives here?" And just in a second, off the top of my head, I said, "Coffin Dodgers." But you know, if you keep your eyes open and your imagination handy, it's not really that bad. So let's go take a walk in Sunrise, my hometown. One thing you begin to notice, there's more signs with people on them out on the streets and sidewalk than there are actually people out on the streets and sidewalks. If you're looking for a friendly face, they've always got the smiley faces cut into the fence wall down at the hotel down by University. This protects people from our teams that come from South America to practice soccer from their fans. When the Brazilian team comes to town, it's like a carnival in Rio, with hundreds of excited Brazilian fans watching their team here from Brazil playing soccer, practicing for a cup match. It's of course, that is an oxymoron. Excited Brazilians, there's no such thing as an unexcited Brazilian. There are happy moments on the street here. Here's where I assume the local coven of witches gather. During my wasted youth, I played pinball, and whenever I pass this spot, I always want to flip the wall. Tilt. This is like the saddest photo I ever shot. I mean, you know that fire hydrant, it came home from work and everything was gone. She just took it and split. It's like every blues song you ever heard. I woke up this afternoon and my third wife had stolen my car and gone. I woke up this afternoon and my third wife had stolen my car and gone. Well, you know, it made me so mad. I threw my drink across the lawn. And here we have the dumpster family going for a little walk. If you look real low and slow, I think you can see a lot. This is Woodilia, I think. This is Spanish needle. It's a very tasty and nutritious green, grows wild. It's just about everywhere. Now something shady was happening here. This is where all those ducks hang out. They're out their usual corner down here. They all kind of broke up when I walked up on them. They just fled off in different directions when I approached. But something was going on. You know how those ducks get. I started hearing them call out to each other, say, "Don't squeal, clam up, keep your mouth shut." I kept walking past where the party had been, toward the edge of the canal, and I was wanting one of them to tell me what was going on. I knew something was happening. Then I walked over to the canal. It was Daffy. Poor Daffy. Somebody shot his tail off. Daffy had no end. It was the end of Daffy. I think these trees are owned by Glenn Quagmire. Giggity giggity. Here we have the less popular and not commonly known cement Jordans. This sidewalk runs along Pine Island Road for miles, but there's no longer any pines in this area except on the sidewalks from years ago when they built the sidewalks. This is the little-known Ant Stadium. I'm surprised more people don't know about it. It does have free parking. You know, the world's largest bass was caught back in the 1920s, and people have been trying to catch the next biggest one ever since. It's probably worth $1 million in endorsements. If I worked at this Home Depot, I'd stock it with a bass and feed it every single day. Here we have $1 worth of Spanish needle seeds I could sell on eBay. These are apple snail shells. Not sure what I'm going to do with these yet, but I'm going to do something. This is a popular food for the Everglades kite, which is an endangered bird. I'm happy to see there's so many in the canal.